welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jeanette Fryer. I am the owner and creator of Jabel Sheet. But first of all, I want to say Happy New Year to you all. So today I thought to kick off the new year will be to show you guys how I make a split tumbler. I actually got a really fun vinyl from Maestra's Creations. I will list the name of that vendor below, but it's a really fun patterned vinyl. And we also will be using a really fun glitter and a really fun decal with that tumbler as well. So like I said, I want to welcome you all into 2022 and let's get to crafting. But before we get to crafting with this new split tumbler, I do want to urge you all to consider subscribing to my channel. And please, please, please don't forget to click that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my future content. So let's do it. I have chosen a pretty leopard printed vinyl from Maestra's Creations. I'll be using a pink glitter from Itsy Bitsy Glitter and a gold glitter from Peachy Olive Glitter. I am starting with a fully prepped and sanded tumbler from Dope and Crafty. Since the primary color of this tumbler will be gold, I have spray painted the entire tumbler with a gold metallic paint by Rustoleum. So here you see me simply folding the 12 by 12 sheet of vinyl in half. So now that I have folded and creased the vinyl in half, I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and ruler and cut the vinyl in half. It does not have to be perfect, as you would see in the other clips that I will be cutting away some excess. In this step, I'm simply taking one piece of the vinyl that I cut in half and begin placing it on the tumbler. The pointed side is facing towards the bottom edge of the tumbler. You see me lifting the vinyl many times to ensure that I minimize any bubbles and try to get the vinyl to lay as flat as possible. Take your time in this step. It's very important that the vinyl has little to no bubbles. When I get to the back side of the tumbler, I simply overlap the two sections of the vinyl. In this step, I'm simply cutting away the excess vinyl at the top before moving on to the next step. Next, I begin folding the little excess vinyl over inside of the rim of the tumbler. I'll be using a edge trimmer tool. I can't remember where I purchased this tool from. However, I will try to link the name of the seller below. I begin by applying a bit of pressure by pressing the tumbler butt up against the edge trimmer blade and begin cutting away the excess vinyl to reveal just enough of the silver portion that I like in my tumblers. As you can see, the trimmer was able to provide the perfect cut. I love this tool. Now that I have my vinyl all nice and smooth, I'm going to begin creating the V-split space on the tumbler where the pink glitter will go. I'm using some regular washi tape because it was the correct width that I was looking for. I will also be using an X-Acto knife to cut away the excess to keep that sharp V shape that I'm looking for. Yay, we finally made it to the fun part. I'll be using the epoxy method to apply the glitter. I may have mixed a little too much, but that is just fine. I will use the excess to pour into a mold. I'm using Clock Tower by Peachy Olive Glitters. Since this glitter was a semi-fine chunky, I am using a makeup sponge to press the glitter into the tumbler just to get it nice and smooth. Now that I have applied the gold glitter, I can now begin removing the washi tape and the electrical tape from the top and the bottom. I will let this dry overnight before moving on to the next step. So here we are on to the next step. I let the gold glitter dry overnight and sealed it with 2x matte clear by Rustoleum. In order to save some time, I have taped off the tumbler off camera to prepare to place the pink glitter. Like before, I will be using the epoxy method to apply the glitter. I'm using a paintbrush to apply the epoxy in order to get as close to those tape lines as possible. So now that I have applied the pink glitter, I will now begin removing all of the tape. I will let this dry overnight and seal with 2x matte clear by Rustoleum before moving on to the next steps. Here we are. After sealing with 2x matte clear, I mixed about 20 ml of epoxy to the tumbler. This coat will spin for 4 hours and I will let cure for about 8 to 12. Alright you guys, we're back and ready to complete this tumbler. I applied another coat of epoxy off camera and let cure. We are now ready to apply the decals. I'll be outlining the pink and black vinyl about 11 inches in length and 0.088 in width. I'll be using a decal that says Worthy. I just love the script of this decal. And in the next couple of clips, I will be applying the black lines and moving on to applying the decal. As you have seen me do in my other videos, I'll be using my X-Acto knife to cut away the excess from the vinyl lines. Let's do it. Now on to apply the decal. I use my little tumbler buddy to hold the tumbler steady so that I can apply the decal. I think I got this decal from Etsy. I think that it just pulls the entire tumbler together. So here we are on to the final coats of epoxy. Here I mixed about 20 ml of epoxy. I will need about 2 coats of epoxy to complete this tumbler. Remember, the key is thin coats to minimize bubbles. Guys, I really appreciate you all hanging out with me while we completed this V-Split Tumbler, and it is complete. I really had so much fun creating this tumbler with you guys. So like I said, I really think the black lines around the pink stripe really played off of the black and the leopard print, and this very beautiful gold glitter and this fun decal as well. This was a really fun tumbler to make. So like I said, please use this inspiration to create your own V-Split tumbler moving forward. It was, as you can see, it was not very hard to make. Only thing I had to make sure was not to get any of the gold glitter in the vinyl portion. And we just went from there and followed the same steps as before in creating a tumbler. So, as promised, as always, I like to end my videos with a motivational quote. So the quote for today's video is, when your positivity is put in the world, it will find its way back to you. I really thought that quote was very inspiring. So please consider subscribing to my channel, and please don't forget to click that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my featured content. And stay blessed, you all, going into 2022, and I'll see you in the next one.